need to put it in your drink. You think I feel great about this?
It's fine, dude. It's fine.
Yeah, but you know what? If you were hosting me at your house, you wouldn't feel good about it either. You'd be like, "I give you a milk one."
I give you a milk booger. I'm sorry.
Do you want? Are you insured? Do you want me to call the
Yeah.
ambulance?
Yeah. Can you take it in concentrated doses? You to poop funny for a month now?
Yeah, I got you, dude.
That's all right, man. Like I said, more protein. Anyway, I'm Pat.
Hi, Pat. I'm Jeffrey.
We're back.
We are. Yeah. How have you been?
Remarkably lazy. Like blissfully lazy. Yeah.
I mean, just today.
Yeah, today, yesterday, the day before. So we went to that ball game last week, and then Will was here on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I saw one of
Good
my
to see
other
that.
buddies on Thursday. So I got all my social shit in for a week, and I just was like, I don't have anything to do.
You got your green pluses up.
All my green pluses are up. Yeah. So they didn't go to the bar at all because I don't like that bar. And so, like, I'm staring down. Like, when I texted you tonight, I'm sitting there looking at skylines, and I'm like,
I shouldn't.
I'm like,
I should talk with you. Were you too right?
I'm like, can I give it like
So,
one last good shake, to build my million-man city, which I never got close to. I think I got maybe 600,000
in the first game?
in the first game before it like literally started. My machine just started wheezing. You know.
Oh, wheeze. But I mean,
But I do have a sexy Rexy new computer, and so it's old Skylines. I think it'd probably be able to chew it down. So considering it's like 4x as powerful as my last computer.
there
It
is
should be
that.
okay.
But I mean, it's not fucking unoptimized up to fucking crap where they decided to render each individual tooth of each individual person in the second
No,
game.
I'm going to play the first game. Yeah,
I
no,
don't-
fuck the second
what
game.
I'm saying.
Fuck it sideways.
They said so. Supposedly, in like a month and a half, they've got the big fix coming out.
I'll believe it in 6 months.
A better man than I will,
Yeah.
because even if they say it is tip top shape, they would have to do something extraordinary.
They'd
to win
actually
back my faith.
they'd actually
Yes.
have to allow me to have 4 people in my town. So I don't think they're going to do that.
You know, if
I don't think they're going to do that.
if these fucking Eurotrash games had
Right.
any balls whatsoever,
Yeah.
right? What they could do is straight up, like, remember in the first game where you go to like the city toggle where you can go in there and say like pot is legal on these streets,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you make the little districts. I mean, there's like 5 different ways you can do it now. To be fair, it's been a minute since I played the game, but the problem with a lot of the DLCs was they started like reduplicating functions. Because they had zones, and then they had like parks that you zoned, or you created districts that were just parks.
Yes.
Yeah, the same thing, and that just it started to get lame. Just there were so many overlays in there. And then like the other thing that they never really fixed in the first one, there's mods that fix this, but it took me a lot of playing that game to figure out that your dudes did not like anything except for buses and subways. So you could build as many little trams as you wanted. But if there was a bus, they'd take the bus. And if there was a subway, they'd take the subway. And if there were neither of those things, they'd get in the fucking car. So, which was kind of the fun of the game, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's part of the big fix is a lot of the not just the pathing, but a lot of the decision making has been redone in terms
In the
of
first one or the second one?
second one.
Yeah, I don't know that much
Supposedly-
about the second one.
Just from when I played, just from when I figured out that there. Again, this is something where I found out how to fix their fucking broken game just out of sheer laziness.
Yeah, didn't you just create connections to all the neighbors and just charge them for power? What was it?
Oh
You did
no,
something
no,
fucked up like
no.
that.
What I did was so they had a couple of things in the game that I could not figure out, and it turns out that it's not my goddamn fault. It's that these things were going to be problems no matter what you did, and the biggest culprit was traffic. Was
Okay.
you could do whatever logic dictated to fix a problem, but the traffic was going to fuck up anyway because it was done so by design. It was completely artificial, right? Whereas,
What was wrong with it?
well,
Like car traffic? Traffic?
yes, 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 you couldn't fix it because basically, so there's a psychology to the traffic in the first game,
Yeah.
right? That didn't exist in the second game. It looked like there was, but it
Oh,
turns out it didn't. That's one of the things that they're fixing. So I decided in my absolute laziness, because I was like, well, it wasn't laziness. It was just it was an experiment in just ugly design. But I was like, this could work. So it's a,
sometimes beautiful in their own right.
oh, it's hideous, hideous. This like again like Europeans cry at the sight of this. But
You know, Houstonian highways.
the way I decided this was okay. So here's the problem: is people are coming from other places.
Mhm,
They have to get somewhere,
mhm.
right? And so it is going to create traffic intersections that are completely unnecessary. Well, not unnecessary, but they're going to find like the biggest, fastest streets to turn on, right?
Okay.
So, like, all right, so here's
I don't think that was different in the first one, was it?
that's what I thought they were doing.
In the second one.
Correct.
Oh, so what were they actually doing?
Going wherever they felt like. I mean, so
Um,
here's the
yeah.
uh. So my solution was, all right, if you have equidistant, if you're all coming in from different roads,
Hmm.
right? You're not theoretically merging from other places. You're all coming natively from wherever you're coming from, right? All of you can't be going. So if we're at the top of this map and you live down here, right?
Uh-huh.
Then by that definition, if you have a road coming from here, you would take that.
Yeah.
So let me create the most straight lines as humanly possible.
Hmm.
So what I had was essentially something to the tune of like 75 outside connections with roads, all straight lines.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was hideous.
So it looks terrible.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking graph paper, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right. Uh, so when I did that, I said, okay, this will solve the traffic problem because he's not going from here to here. He's not going from here to here. He's not going from here to here. Whoever's coming in here, path the least resistance, the straightest road going to one place. But what happened was the game just took this base sort of mathematical formula and saw, okay, this section from this section are all connections to this city, and here, and here. So every connection that it had to an outside city was creating more economy.
Oh, I gotcha.
So
Oh, yeah.
where that's what I'm
Got
saying.
it.
So in the
Yeah.
beginning, you and I are sitting there like we're watching things happen, we're writing things down. We're like, okay, so this slide goes up, money goes down. This slide goes up, money goes up. This slide and this slide go up, money goes up, then down. And we're trying to figure out this mathematical bullshit, but it wasn't there.
Right.
It was just what are your outside connections? And
Oh,
when you have 100 of them,
right.
the money just
Yeah, you just break the game.
just astro zoomed up. I said, "This is fucking this." When I figured that out, I was like, "This is fucking
It's
retarded
dumb.
design.
Yeah.
This is absolutely like the laziest shit." And then as people dug into it, they're like, "There's nothing under the hood. Nothing
Yeah.
under the hood. It looks like it is
Yeah.
because the randomness of it will make it look like that is."
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just supposed to look like ant races. It's not actually ant
Correct.
races.
Correct.
Yeah. So the first one, the brilliance behind the first one was once you understood the traffic and how it worked, you could do some amazing fucking things in that game.
You are doing a service for the people that live there.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, but like it was pretty straightforward. People like in that game, if I recall, people would move in, they'd have a household, and then they'd have a job, and then they'd have a place they'd like to shop. So they would go from like any one of those three places, and they would generate at certain times of day. So you actually get like rush hours and shit in that game. In the
Yes.
first one,
Yes.
in the first one. The second one, the biggest problem that I had it was fucking land values. So your land values got so fucking high. So no matter what you did, and I mean, it just they beg you for like, we need free Wi-Fi, and shit like that. But every time you did that, you'd up your land values, and then everything was so fucking expensive. It was like
But it
Europe.
didn't matter. But
Yeah,
that was the thing is ultimately it didn't matter. And in the
yeah, right.
second game, this was the other part of the problem with that is so in the first game, if you had shops coughing up I don't have enough customers thing,
Yeah, exactly.
you could fix that.
In the first one, yeah, not in the second one.
That was
Yeah,
basically a random thing that you could not address in the
right.
second game.
No, in the first game you could fix that. So if I recall in the first one, if you had stores that didn't have enough customers, your RCI was out of balance. So you needed to bulldoze or zone some more residential to get more people in your town, or you needed to close up some shops.
Close up some
So
shops,
yeah,
uh, put it to where the people that wanted to go there could get there easier
yes.
because they also had
Oh
a,
yeah, if you got stuck in traffic, they'd quit.
they also had a
Yeah,
threshold where it was either A, too far away,
right.
or B, yeah, some other kind of impediments where it's like, well, I can't get down there, or
Yeah,
um,
yeah, because if the timer was too long, they wouldn't go. Yeah,
something to that
there
effect. I
was.
think you're
Yeah,
right.
that
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
there. Yeah,
Whereas the second game was like, well, here's what we should focus on. It's like, let's render each individual tooth of each individual person,
it was terrible.
regardless of how zoomed in that you are.
And
So
I
it's
hate to say it, man, but that second one, like some of the houses look stupid. So, I mean, they tried to make American trailer parks, and it was like, man, people don't live in these on individual lots, man. Come on.
not how this works.
So the only thing that was
Yeah.
cool was the brownstones because you do the row houses in that one, in the second one.
That is not much of a selling point,
Not
all
really,
things
no.
considered. I mean, we fucking bought it.
I,
So,
dude, I bought the big edition, which gave me like access to DLCs for a year, and then they came out with one.
yeah.
So and it made the game worse.
We're not fixing that. We're
Okay.
not fixing
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I don't know, but anyway, my recent travels, looking at America from 20,000 feet,
it. Does something to you.
it's kind of getting into
Does
you
something to
a
you.
little bit. It's like
Yes.
I can make that, So, but then the second one, that's the other thing that was stupid. The second one was the maps are horrifyingly bad,
That's the other thing that's
and
supposed to be fixed.
and oh my god, there were so many good maps on the first one. Maybe not the first iteration of it, but after they pumped out a couple of the DLCs, there were fantastic maps. Then you could go to the Steam store and you could find just absolutely gorgeous maps. There were YouTube channels that were dedicated guys who just made maps. So, for the first one.
There were dudes who straight up, their job was finding old pictures of land before it was developed and
Right.
turning that into
Yes.
where it's like, well, if you really want to remake uh, Hartford,
Yeah. Here you go.
this is what the original Hartford
Yep.
looked like. Take a stab at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I guess supposedly that's what they're fixing. But to me, that more lit a fire under my ass. It's like I should play the first one again.
Yeah, it's a really fucking rock solid game. So, and like I was looking at it, and I do have probably about half the DLCs for it, and all the other ones are like $2 now. And so I was like, well, fuck it, yeah, I want to build a ginormous airport. It's $2, for this thing that they probably charged $30 for when it came out. So,
And it's so wild too how you can. It's starting to make me think that the first game was an absolute fluke. Where
yeah, yeah,
uh,
at least from that studio, because they're the same ones. This is a Colossal Order.
yeah,
Well, they were through Paradox, and Paradox is kind of the same way, man. There's a couple games that are out like CK2, absolute rock solid, way fun game to play. Okay, Rome, terrible. So Imperator or whatever it is, awful game. I gave it a really good fair hard shake too, and it's just terrible. So
that's not the one that people go nuts over though, is it?
no, it's Europa Universalis, which is basically like their Civ game. but it's not like Civ at all. you know, you know, there's no militia taking out battleships and anything that make it fun, you know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and like and then that one like so CK2 was a character game. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, it was all about your dude, you know, and Rome was supposed to be about your family, but it wasn't because it didn't matter. Um, yeah, and then everybody gets a hard on for the World War II one, and I played 4 fucking versions of that
I'm
game.
gonna say which one is that? Is that
Hearts of Iron. Yeah, I played the first one, the second one. I didn't play the third one. I played the fourth one, and then everybody got a royal hard on for the fourth one. It is an awful game.
What do they like about it?
They like, oh, I can build my own divisions. You know, it's all for the wereaboos out there who want to make their own fucking, Third Reich, kind of thing.
Yeah, but didn't
So
they lean away from that?
no, they leaned hard into it. So you could be Hitler in that game.
How do they let you be Hitler and then take Deus Vult out of CK?
I have no idea, man.
You got to make up your mind, man.
Say, this is the American version. You could be Hitler. So, but I have no idea. You could absolutely be Hitler. But the other thing that got hard on, everybody got a hard on for that game was like they did build out all these weird fucking like ways that you could like refight World War II, starting from like 1933, or whatever, where you could wind up where America was allied with Germany if you tried hard enough, and you could do all this weird shit in that game.
I think you win if you do that.
I don't know, man. But it has all these like I don't know, like shortcut policies and stuff that is like, oh, we're going to reestablish the Confederacy. It's just full of all this stupid like historical like what ifisms in it that people just get off on.
Look, there's a component of that I can not only respect and see as fun, but
So I'll just tell you, like, one thing, the thing about that game, okay, so, all right, cool. You can do a lot of weird shit like that. I get it. All right. So you don't just have to fight the war plain vanilla.
right,
Got it.
right.
But the combat in that game is horrifyingly boring.
There you go.
So,
Right.
which is a problem, you know? Um, you just roll up a bunch of dudes and you let them duke it out for like 6 months, and then the little lines start moving, or they don't, or you get slaughtered because you forgot to put like fucking artillery in your divisions or something, and it's like, well, nobody told me I needed to do that, man. So yeah, it's just terrible. So and it's so detailed that I mean it's like, all right, so if we're gonna make a humongous paper-based game that took up the size of a football field, where we're tracking down like individual bullets.
So this is all right. So this is the Falcon 4.0
It
of
is the
World
Falcon
War II.
4.0
All right.
of World War II. Yeah, that's
Well,
exactly what it is.
if that's what you're looking for,
It
that's a game for you.
That's the
All
game
right.
for you.
All right.
So,
Okay.
but
That's
it just
I get it.
it has no charm to it, and there's no like CK2 is a really special game once you get into the weird shit in there, where or you can decide to like, I'm gonna actually change the course of human civilization by snuffing out Islam in the cradle. You could do that.
You can try to do. I worked so
You
hard to
do
do that, but
You even had to establish your own church, if I recall.
okay. So it wasn't just that I had to establish
It was
my
the
own
No
church.
Muslims church.
It wasn't the No Muslims church. It was the Church of No Muslims. No. What happened was I was stuck in an incredible dilemma where so eventually me and Rome
Yeah.
had a schism.
Oh, you mean
And
the church?
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. And it wasn't just that we had a schism. I had to change the course of history because I had the family stopped having sons. And when there
Oh,
were no sons
yeah.
and no organization in the world supported matriarchal rule, right?
Mhm.
I was in one of two positions. I was like, well, the name dies with us, or we change everything. So we changed
So it
everything.
changed everything.
And France had a problem. The Pope had a problem. Uh, Islam in general had a problem, but they already had a problem.
Right. Yeah. That's a given.
This
This
was
is fixed, not a variable.
yeah, that was in the design specifications. That was yeah. The Mongols were temporarily a problem. They came in there, they changed the game for a little bit,
Yeah.
and I pushed them out.
Yeah. So like I pushed them out by box holding myself in Ireland. So I think they made in my game. I played one that was, a couple centuries worth of like dynasty,
Yeah.
and the Mongols rolled all the way to like Paris in mine. So
Well, because that's the thing is you play Mongols, and
right,
when they appear, they appear. And to be fair, um, I didn't have that much influence over that region yet,
yeah,
so they beat each other up pretty nicely. And when it came time for me to get there and say like, um, listen, guys, the human eating will stop.
yeah.
so
Prisoners no longer go in the pots, boys.
I'm just here to straighten you out on some stuff.
You switch to mutton now.
So yeah, you're gonna eat other things, but not that.
Not that.
You're not gonna eat things with souls. Those things go to those things go to robot heaven.
No cats, no
Yeah,
dogs.
no cats, no dogs. Leave your weapons here. Um, and they said no, and so I beat up on them for a little bit. And then I said, all right, look, I'm gonna drive out there with some jewelry on my finger, and you're either gonna kiss it, right,
Or
or
you go in the pot.
and then because I'd had that problem eventually solved itself because of my
Your brilliant strategy for actually
of
organizing.
of making myself emperor instead of king
Right.
and having 4 kingdoms.
Yeah.
Somebody married into that thing, and then Mongols were all mine. So that problem solved itself.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of those. And again, the stupid strategy of you're mayor of 200 towns.
All the towns in Europe. You're the viceroy of Europe. I have never even seen somebody do that. I mean, I lost a lot of book in CK2, to try and get better at it. There were guys who would basically turn the entire thing into a theocracy by giving all the lands to the church guys, which was actually a pretty effective way to govern it because they never revolt against the bishops.
Right.
So that one was clever. I saw other guys who, they play the game kind of straight laced, where they, get in and intercede between like feudal land disputes and stuff, and they try and keep everything nice, neat, and organized. That works too. None of them work as good as what you did, where you just picked one guy and said, "You're going to be in charge of everything except me, and I'm going to be in charge of you."
Is that not how
I don't think
organization is supposed
anybody
to
thought
work?
of that, man. Nobody decided to turn this into fucking Microsoft, where you have a CEO, but you're the chairman of the board. Nobody thought of that.
Yeah,
So,
and so yeah, they raised their own money. They had
yep.
their own marriages. They had all this stuff, and they
And
took a lot of the land for me.
you don't even have to deal with it, man. So, because all you'd have to do is just appoint that guy to be in charge of the town. So, and so all the money goes through your basic IRS guy.
That is correct, and they didn't fight each other for it.
Because they're all mad at him.
They're all mad at him, but that dude's in love with me.
Oh yeah, he thinks you're the best thing on the face of the planet. So he'll take every spear, barb, and arrow, but he doesn't actually exist on the map. That's not a dude.
And that was the same. I had a dude that was
He conquer his castle.
that was the same thing where I had that dude in charge of. I had one dude in charge of all like the church land too.
Yeah.
So it was a mayor and it was a church guy, and I don't care if they hated each other. It wasn't my problem.
Yeah. No, because the lords are the ones who raise the armies, but they don't march against a magistrate.
And also,
So it's so clever, man.
and again, when it came down to it, it's like, well, how do you continue to have fights with people when the entire world has like a negative 100 opinion? It's like, well, I only have to capture what I need to capture that turn. So, so
Oh, you just buy all the mercs.
that was one thing. The other thing was the capital on wheels. So you, because when you raise your army,
it's a caravan.
you raise it in your
Right.
spot. So you hire all the mercenaries so that they can't. You press the war button. You take it in one turn.
Right.
The world stops fighting because it ends right there.
Yeah.
And
And then you move your capital.
yeah, so somewhere when my fucking capital had moved to uh, Portugal or wherever it was that I was fighting these guys off of, with my little wacky religion that I created.
Well,
Because
that's right, because the mercs would show up in your capital.
yep,
Oh
that's why you
yeah,
moved
like
your capital.
instantaneously, it would teleport from Hungary to
That's
your capital.
correct.
Yeah.
Which is why you just put the capital next to where you want to take the next land. You take it in one turn, and the whole world goes to war at that point because
Right.
everybody draws armies. But it's like doesn't matter because I'm going to take this place in one
I'm
turn.
right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we're gonna settle this up.
I'm going to
and
settle
then,
this,
yeah, and then
and
war's over
everybody goes back home.
before you even get anywhere close to me.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing.
that's
You
brilliant.
don't waste a shit ton of money that way either. Um, but yeah, that was the trick there. And even then, I still ran out of time. Um, but either way, that was
Yeah, because that game had an end date on it.
that it did because
It did
once
have an
you
end
hit
date
the
on it.
next epoch or whatever
Yeah.
it was like, well, the game's over. You can keep playing, but you're kind of a loser if you do. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to do that.
It's like I already made it to Alpha Centauri. Okay.
And I wanted to make it to Alpha Centauri. It's just that I wanted Columbus to find the new world
Yeah.
and just know in his soul there's like Muslims will never touch this place.
No, never.
Never.
Yeah, no,
Never.
no. They'll never get elected in Michigan. Yeah.
And that's the thing. I understand that you don't
Exist.
there's no scenario where it's just kind of like, listen, I've got this feeling. It's like, what's the feeling? It's like, I've got this feeling that sometime in the 7th century around this place, we should just like poison this area.
Right, salt
Just,
the earth.
just poison it. Just poison it. Whatever's going to happen, just we can't let it happen. And see, that's the thing. That's the things that City Skylines 2 should let you do. That's my
Oh, yeah.
that's my landlord game thing where it's like you have to face real world consequences where you can just click the button and it's just kind of like let Germany do what they're going to do, and then
Yeah.
suddenly your city has 10,000 and 20,000 migrants and 50,000
Oh, yeah.
migrants, and they all have this little fucking crescent moon and star on it. You're like, I don't get it. They're not integrating and they're just taking money, and you start having like traffic problems. You're like, why? It's like, well, sorry, dude. They pray in the streets 5 times a day, so everything just stops right
Right.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, is there anything I can do about it? It's like, well,
You actually can't turn off the morning prayer. You get
yes.
every morning. So can I pass a noise ordinance?
But that's the thing. The game won't let you.
No. Decisions have consequences, boys. So
They do.
yeah.
They do.
See, and I mean, I still have a soft spot for SimCity 4. Just because, like, I mean, the building tools and stuff aren't there. But if you wanted to make, like I made a huge city once on several maps because you had the blocks that would fit together, kind of thing. And they would all connect to each other and yada, yada, yada. But if you wanted to make the Bronx being part of your city,
Right.
it was like,
Right.
all right, so this is where migrants come in. They get their first job.
Right.
They
Right.
ride the L, not the subway, the L. You know, it had a charm to it that Skylines does constantly push you towards like, oh, we should have 3-day work weeks,
I know.
kind of thing. And so as long as you play ball with it, it lets you, do a lot of cool construction shit, But like eventually, even the shittiest, most dump-ridden part of your town gets infected by the rest of your town.
It does.
So it becomes like San Francisco, where it's like, oh yeah, every house here is $3 million, but this is the hood.
You're right. There's this thing where the march of progressivism just it can't be toggled off. There's no part of this, and
well, that's the whole thing in the new game where you have to like, oh, the city has to subsidize affordable housing. I'm like, fuck that.
it absolutely does.
It does not.
As a matter of fact, if they do so, that ruins the whole uh, political schism of my town,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because I've got two groups fighting over the sub 90 IQs here.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So you can tell them apart by their churches. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I know. And again, I know that's something that as a city builder, I understand that there's maybe one or two guys in the office who are pitching these ideas, and people are just batting them away like
Oh yeah.
nonstop.
Exactly.
And
Go back to Twitter.
I even go back to Twitter. It's just kind of like, listen to the HR and see what they think.
You're right. Yeah.
And the fucking, the chuds that are saying this. I'm not going to say it to no fucking HR. I'm not going to say no. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll probably give it a stab. I think I'm about wrapped up with Bannerlord now. I've put in so many.
Jesus
I know,
Christ,
dude.
Pat.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I got to the point in time where I was like, the world is mine if I'm patient. And like it's like CK2, but you actually fight the fights. And just having your army on the field with the over the shoulder kind of thing and watching your guys just rain death down on Mongols is hilarious. It is just so much fun. So, and the same thing, the siege battles in this one, they're actually legitimately fun. So, there are very few games that I've played, like maybe Shadow of War a little bit with the Middle Earth thing, with the guy with the hand who can, you brand the dudes, you turn them into stuff.
And
Yeah. That game's way fun. But like the sieges in that one, they were all very samey after a little while, and then they take all your shit away from you and say do it again. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm just like, you idiots, you just wanted to grind out 20 hours of playtime on this thing. No. So but in this one it's like your sieges actually do have consequences, and you do have to get your like lords kind of like in line, because you just like CK2, you could become an emperor in this one, and when the royal armor takes the field, it means that I'm ready to fuck. But I think that one's just about played out. I think I mean, I'll definitely go back to it because there's like multiple kingdoms you can play as and shit. And
okay.
Each one's different, you know. Um, like I probably will play as their Mongols. So at some point in time, just because they're a pain in the ass. So, um, but
they are in virtually they're a pain in the ass in every game they appear
yeah, no, they're definitely a pain in the ass in this game. The the Muslims, they're not that tough, but they're far, so you kind of leave them alone. But then there's like a Roman Empire that's like broken into three pieces. And so once if you play as that and you reunite all three pieces, nobody fucks with you because you're huge and you feel these just enormous armies.
I imagine your mindset changes once you've reignited those three pieces too, where it's
all you do is just fuck with the neighbors after that.
Well, not just fuck with the neighbors, but there comes like a responsibility at that point. You're like, I have seen much of the world.
Right. It's very similar to that. Yeah. You get to that. It's like, yes, I have marched in the snows of fucking Norway, ridden on the steppes of Asia and walked through the sands. And all those places fucking suck. And so if those people come here, we're going to teach them a lesson. you know? So I did. I got to this point in time where if they actually took one of my imperial cities or one of the cities that had an empire culture, it was jihad. So it was like, we are going to free our people. We are going to feed the plants with their blood.
You go to the war room, it's like, I want to show you something. It's like, what is this? Like, it's a clock. Now, the thing is, it's the 12th century, so the hands on this don't move. But
yeah,
I want you to picture that time is running out on us.
Right.
There are people right now that are suffering that we need to free.
Yes.
And every minute that passes on here is a minute that they're under the captive rule of fucking barbarian.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Right now, these creatures are milking our women for food.
Time's a wasted, boy.
Is anyone in this room okay with that? Because I'm not.
I'm not okay with
I'm not okay with
that. Wait a minute, I'm in charge. So,
that.
which means you're not okay with that.
Life changes in town. People
Mm.
used to have just like philosophical discussions. Like, nah, you're in the army now, and it's
Yep.
it's all just fucking give your rifle a name shit. And
Yep. There are many like it, but this one is yours. Yeah.
you don't understand. It's like we have an economy. It's a different economy.
Mm.
Um, it's all in this service of building heavy artillery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I think I'm good with war for a little bit. Yeah, I think it's time to build. That'll be a good run. We'll give it one last good shake. So, it's been a minute since I built a really large city.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is it's the thing about cities, the thing that you don't want to do, the thing that I always find myself is like, how long should you wait before coming in to play this game again? And uh, if you jump into cities and you start clicking things, and it feels like muscle memory, where you're like, wait a second, I have built this city before.
Yeah.
It's hasn't been long enough,
Yeah. Exactly.
and so you should feel a little bit of trepidation of like, I don't remember what to do. Um, I need to refamiliarize myself with these tools.
Yeah.
I remember this, but I don't remember all of this.
Yeah.
Just to the point where it's like, oh yes, it does sort of feel like a new game again.
Yeah. No, I think I'm there. I was actually looking at my last save game for Skylines. It was 2023. So
All right, it's been a minute. We
it's
got a
been
new
a minute.
president.
Yeah, yeah, totally new president.
Yeah.
So
I think it's fair to play it once the administration changes. I think that's
what's for administration? Yeah.
now if it's consecutive, you got to wait a while. But
Yeah, yeah. Well, luckily that didn't happen.
yeah,
So yeah, we'll see.
no, I do get that way. I do sort of get in that mindset every now and then. Games that give me any kind of sense of like moral imperative, where
Mm.
I can see that um, I can fix this world for the better.
Right.
And just again with the foresight of being here now, right?
Mm.
And I can say, well, I won't make the mistakes that my ancestors did.
Yeah.
I'll leave none alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it may be, wherever it's wherever those mistakes happen, it's just kind of like, no, we're not gonna integrate with the Chinese. We're gonna start over.
Yeah. We're gonna start over. Yeah.
We're gonna take gunpowder.
Yep. We're gonna get
And
it first.
that's correct.
We're gonna make a beeline for Judaism.
We are, but we're not gonna stick around there.
No.
We're not gonna stick around there. We're gonna hang out there for a minute. We're gonna come to that moment, and what these guys are gonna do is they're gonna have this sort of like revelatory moment where they're like, man, we killed that guy, but we shouldn't have. We need to rethink what we're doing,
Mm.
right? And then we're gonna start from there
Yeah.
because that's pretty far back. I think that I think a good starting point for any kind of strategy game is 180. We're just kind of like, so some shit happened,
Yeah.
and
What are we gonna do right this
right,
time? Yeah. Yeah. Let's get this one right on this
right,
run. Yeah. We're gonna drop a save right now.
yeah. Now, it would kind of be interesting if like so CK2 has that weirdness in it,
Mhm.
and so there is something that would be interesting if you're fucking 140 turns in, and it's just kind of like, hey guys, you're not gonna believe it, Christ is back.
All right.
Like,
Ruh-roh.
is he? Did he?
Did he say anything?
Did he say my name?
Yeah.
Did he have a list of demands?
Did he put his capital outside mine?
It's kind of a weird thing because he says that he was pretty clear. It says something about camel through the eye of a needle and stuff.
Right.
But I got a shit ton of money.
I got a lot of
money.
In fact, I've got most of the money.
Right. I don't want to give that up. I want to see if I can is he taking appointments? Can I?
Yeah. Yeah. Send him a gift basket. Yeah.
And again, it's very simple things he asked for. It was like a 6-pack of Coca-Cola. It was
Have all the Coke you want, man.
it was like courtside seats. Very simple thing.
On the Knicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah. Like CK2 was special in that regard. There was a down. I think the last one I got was like this, like a cult thing.
Yeah.
Where it did introduce all kinds of weird shit in the game, which was
absolutely
really fucking fun,
Yeah.
but it kind of went off the rails a little bit there. Like, because I seem to recall myself turning into a bear at one point in time.
And I don't remember if you actually
weird.
turned into a bear.
No,
or
your picture actually turned into a bear.
Yes, but
everybody said, he's not a bear.
Well,
it was just like in your head.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Wouldn't they run like that for a werewolf or something like that too?
There was like vampires and shit in there too. I mean, you could become a Satanist. I remember that.
That shit was funny.
You could do that. Like I did play. Like I didn't play that many campaigns of that because you get really involved in one, and then 200 hours of gameplay later, you're like, I think I'm done. Kind of thing. Because I remember I ran one because the early start date started right when I think it was right when Charlemagne died. So it was like 600s or something like 700s. Yeah. And then you got fucking butt fucked by Vikings for like 200 years.
So, which is what they do. I mean,
this is
again, the glorification of Viking culture. Where, I've talked about this. These are not, again, there's a fun mythology to where they come from, but the people were buttholes. I'm not wrong. The whole thing, and again, the whole piece of this was discovered the new world before, and they didn't discover shit. Okay, if you were just like floating around there, came back, didn't do anything, you didn't discover fucking anything.
It doesn't really count.
Yeah, I get it. I know that you want to do whatever it takes to say, I was like, well, actually, these guys didn't discover it. It was actually these people, right?
Well, you didn't do anything with it, so yeah.
The same way where it's kind of like the retro rewriting of things where it's like, well, actually in sub-Saharan Africa, they discovered plumbing 3,000 years before, Rome did. It's like, no, they didn't. That's a hole that they pissed in. And it happened to be on a waterway. That is not the same thing.
That's not the same
That's
thing.
not plumbing. That same kind of revision.
You bring water from like 20 miles away.
Fucking retarded.
On something that only transversed like 1 inch every 30 feet or something.
For Christ's sake, dude, the first time that I sat down and actually, so I was familiar with aqueducts because of Civ.
Yeah.
Right? And then I watched a program on how aqueducts actually work. And I was blown away by, so.
Some of them still work today.
Still work. And the way that the pressure system actually works. And I'm sitting there thinking like, well, my dad could have figured that out.
Right. Yeah.
But my dad was born in 1950 and has 6 engineering degrees.
Right, yeah.
It's like, you motherfuckers didn't have mechanical pencil number 1.
No. And let alone a slide rule, my God.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, I don't know, man. I was telling you last time, or maybe when we were going up to the game or something, I got a Rome kick there for a little while. So that stuff, and it was holy shit, man. So like they were this close to flush toilets, man. They were this close. So
let's not kid ourselves. The system they set up was pretty good.
It's very good.
Where it was, well, so here are the toilets.
Yep.
The water is running underneath, so it pushes it away.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
We've got it good.
We've got it really good.
We've got it really. I don't know.
Much more water efficient. Yes.
Much more water efficient, and I don't know what the next step is going to be.
Toilets don't flood when it rains. That's good. So,
You're right.
right.
That'll ruin an entire city. That'll make everyone sick.
Make everybody
You and I
unhappy,
both know
yeah.
this.
They have like green frowny phrases all over your fucking map. So,
Well, that has a tendency to put the crap water in the good water.
oh,
And then when they're drinking the good water with the crap in
man.
it,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how many hospitals you build
There's no fixing it.
because they go to the hospital, they get triametic, then they go back home and drink the poop
And
water.
drink the poo water again, yeah. God, I remember the first time that happened on one of my cities. I was like, what the fuck, man? Not realizing this river went all the way around. And it took 20 years for the poo to get back into my... Yeah.
Was it one of the ones where you bought that tile,
To dump
but
the poo.
it was coming back on a
Yep.
tile that you didn't see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
yeah.
can't scroll up that far.
That's correct.
Thanks, colossal order. So it's like, I can't get a satellite map of this thing, huh? Got it.
Right. Right. And again, if that's the kind of thing, I will say that is the kind of experimentation that I really did enjoy about the
Yeah.
game. The thing that sort of made you think like, I have to have more foresight into these things.
Yep.
I do, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah, you have to think about it really long, and sometimes you'll make a decision. It's like, oh, this is a good place for a dump. And it's like, no, actually 10 years down the road, it's like, no, that not only is it full, but, you know, like all your trash trucks are stuck in traffic.
So, you know what? I've got another idea. It's like tell you what, why don't we, instead of just putting the pipe in the Pacific Ocean, why don't we okay, I got an idea. Let's just dig a hole.
Yeah, just dig a big hole, put the poo water in the hole. So
Is there a drawback to throwing the poo water in a artificial hole?
eventually it fills up, yes. And then you can't turn the poo water off because there's no off switch on that thing.
It's not. So you
and
just
if
have
you
to
delete it, it just comes up through everybody's house. Yeah.
so you have to channel it right back into the Pacific Ocean.
Right. Yeah. I remember there was this one time I thought I had a brilliant idea of building like an artificial dam and then just building a shit lake. You know?
Yes.
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 Terrible idea. Awful idea. Absolutely awful idea.
Well, get the consequences too, where and I do respect this about the game, where even though it looked like, I don't want to say it looked bad, but I mean the water in that game was just a little bit too thick.
Yeah, it was like peanut butter.
I mean, it wasn't quite that bad, but you're not that far away. It's somewhere in between where, yeah, it's very epoxy like.
It's quite viscous.
But there is this thing to the game's engine where it says like, this is a real physical artifact.
Right.
So here's the thing: is you putting all the intakes here will affect the flow of the river down the rest of this road. And when I had managed to fuck up like 20 other things just by not realizing that, wait, this thing is actually, it's not water numbers.
No, it's increasing the volume of the water.
It's taking the fucking water out.
Yeah.
And all this land here is getting fucked up as a result.
All my nice beachfront property is now under poo water. Yeah.
It's under poo water, or it's like, this is all desert now.
Right.
And I did this.
Yeah, I did this.
Right.
Yeah. So nobody has fresh water. I remember one of the most hilarious ones that I did was there was this map that had a built-in like highway bridge that was off my square.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I bought a square underneath it because this river emptied into a bay. And it was pretty steep. And I was like, oh, that's a great place for a fucking dam. So and get some hydropower here. Yeah. Not realizing that after building that dam, it built a lake behind it that eventually flooded that highway, which was the main intake into my town, which I could no longer reach because my town was going broke and I couldn't buy that square in order to fix that shit. And so this city was fucked. So, and again, like everything in that game, it took about 10 or 15 years of game time where I'm sitting there meticulously building nice little like fucking suburbs and shit, not paying attention to the fact that nobody's getting in or out of my town because I flooded the main road. And then it's, why is nobody like working? Why is everything going bad? Rawr. And then I couldn't see it because I had to like angle down to see. Is like, oh wait a minute, there's like cars in this river. Everybody's complaining about traffic, but there's no traffic in my town. Not realizing that it literally pinched off the artery, like flowing into the heart of my city. Yeah,
This is the genius of that game, and
yeah.
again, it just that didn't exist in the second one. It just
No,
doesn't. It's
no, it
not
doesn't
there,
exist in a second.
and you get to laugh at the scenario because eventually you're like, well, I can see what the problem is that the six people that could afford to come to work by helicopter aren't
They
making
moved.
this.
Yeah, they moved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they moved. So, nah, we'll see. We'll give it a stab.
No, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give it a stab. Oh, just going through my library, it's like, I don't really feel like playing anything new. So,
No,
not
actually,
really that much out there. I mean, there's shitload of stuff
there's
out there,
tons of stuff out there.
but
That's the daunting problem.
yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of stuff out there and a lot of things that all of it has merit, but everything I look at is just this is I just don't know if I'm prepared to make an investment of hours to
Yeah,
reach proficiency. And again, it's not a strike against any. You and I have been there through times where we're just kind of looking at there like there's nothing to play, Pat.
no,
There's
yeah,
nothing calling out to me.
yeah. No, and I mean that's where I kind of was when I found Bannerlord. But then that one, it was pretty heavy investment of time in order to get good at it, and I just don't want to do that again, man. So
It's weird.
yeah, I'm
I
kind of
mean,
at the point in time. It's like, nah, I know how to ride this bike, or at least I think I do. So
yeah,
let me get back up on
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. The thing I haven't been playing games in a little bit. I just past couple of days I dug up Enter the Gungeon again. I'm like,
Oh,
I
nice.
know this game. I
Oh,
played
I
this
bet you
game.
that you gave me that. I bet you that would work on my new machine.
It
So
worked great on your new
yeah, I
machine.
bet you. Yeah, I might try it.
It's difficult, but I was like,
Yeah.
I remember this.
You play with
Oh,
controller.
you absolutely can.
Yeah,
Or
that's right.
if you're so there are freak shows that can play games like that with the mouse and
I can't
keyboard
do that.
where
I can't play
that just
anything
does
with
not
mouse
it does
and
not
keyboard unless it's like Skylines point and clicky. Yeah,
same.
I'm good. But if I had to put my hand on the keys and use the mouse at the same time, there's something in my brain that just doesn't work
Yeah, I'm not
anymore.
kidding. Yeah, the same psychos that can sit there and play like fucking Mega Bonk and Vampire Survivors
Yeah.
with
Oh,
mouse and keyboard. I'm like, you guys are something else.
yeah. No, I can't do that. No. Yeah, the wiring's there, but it's like all the insulation is stripped off.
Well, you and I went through this phase where uh, it's like we got sent back to college, where it
Mm.
was we we both had like consoles and computer games growing up,
Mhm.
and there was this thing where uh, the mouse and keyboard only took you so far. The controller was the thing that you had to learn in order to play the next series of games. And then
That did happen.
you're getting back into that, and then there are people who, again, this is so. If you're talking about the people that are good at MOBAs and RTSs and stuff like that, they're all mouse and keyboard people.
Oh
They
yeah,
have to
all of
be. You
them.
can't fucking play,
Oh yeah.
StarCraft 2 on a controller. If you did, I was like, God bless you, that's amazing. Uh, but you can't do that. So there's this thing where you go back. I'm like, no, man, they already sent me back to university once to learn a new trade. I don't know if I can go back.
Yeah, there were a couple.
First person shooters and that shit too. I can't do that on a
Yeah,
mouse and
I think the
keyboard, man.
last first person shooter that I actually played online version with mouse and keyboard is probably Battlefield 1.
How long
So
ago was that?
20 years. So it's been a minute. So, because then as soon as you got me on the Xbox, which I bought after seeing Red Dead,
Uh, uh,
you know, yeah, mouse and keyboard was basically done for me at that because we played a shitload of Halo, Halo 2,
yeah.
and then the Call of Duty tours that we did.
Hmm.
Now going back, if like I see a game on Steam and it looks good, but it's not compatible with controller, I'm like, nah, I'm good. So especially if it's something that's involves any kind of like real time combat in it, I just can't do it anymore. The last one that I did that had the WSAD kind of controls and there were no other options to play it was actually that fucking drug slinging game. What was it?
Oh,
Schedule One.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
there's no combat in that game. I mean, there is, but it's so infrequent, it doesn't matter. You just hit a guy with a baseball. You know? But that was the last one where I was actually doing movement using the keyboard.
Right,
And I was like,
right.
fuck, man, I mean, I know how to do this. I don't like it. You know?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to come back to that. And that's I struggled with so I kind of I've had a problem with fighting games in the past few years because the control schemes have, at least to me, they're not really great for stick anymore. It's all about leverless control at this point,
Oh,
which there's a weird setup to it. Now, granted, they've rectified this by just putting fucking buttons everywhere.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So take it like this. So instead of having a joystick on this side, which however you use it is up to you, um, now they basically have a row of three things over here and your thumb down here,
Hmm.
right? And so the default setup is to have jump on the bottom. They're like, well, you jump most often, so your thumb goes here, and pressing down with the middle finger. And so I've been trying that, and I just can't get my brain to flip over
Hmm.
with how that works. And on top of that, I mean, there's a part of me that sees the absolute value of this, right? But there's something to it where the design and the setup now and the way that the movement has changed on this. I'm like, I don't know if my brain can adapt to this. Again, I've
Hmm.
given it a shot, but um, it just doesn't click. And it was kind of a weird moment where I'm like, I think I have to close my chapter on this.
Yeah.
And I have been playing this shit for like 20 years, but I was like, I think I have to close the chapter on this.
Well, that happened when we were playing. What was that game? It wasn't Age of Empires or what it was. What was the last RTS that we were
I think it
playing?
was Age of Empires, yeah.
I, and that was just one of those things where I realized I was like, this genre has so far past my ability to actually adapt to it. And that game wasn't that much more complicated than fucking Red Alert.
No, it wasn't.
But it also got to the point in time, it's like, I just can't think this fast anymore. I need to pause this. I was like, I can't do this, man. And it's just like seeing like, your build tree and how far you would get. It was like, I see what you're doing, but it would have taken me like 5 extra minutes to think of that, kind of thing. And it's not a matter of practice. It's just like, I've played enough like slower games since then that I just don't, that's not a default setting of mine anymore to be able to think that many moves ahead, on something, or see like,
Right.
because like with Red Alert or even Command and Conquer or Warcraft 2 or Warcraft, I played a lot of Warcraft 3 for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And that's where they started with all the hero bullshit. That it was basically like, okay, not only do I have to micromanage all this shit, I
Yeah.
have to start thinking about this guy and get him upgraded and stuff like that. And it
Yeah.
was like, no, that's too much. And so, but then backing away from it and then just going back to us, like, because even we were playing Halo Wars there for a while, which was really fun. But man, both you and William were like way outpacing me in that
He
game.
was kicking my ass fucking
I know.
Days of Sunday
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like, man, this is just a genre that I think I have to close the book on because I don't have the RAM to be able to do this. So, you know, it's just too many decisions coming too fast. So, whereas
Well,
like shooters are still somewhat instinct based.
well, okay, I get you there. I mean, there's a certain logic to those games that uh, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the viewpoint of just looking straight ahead,
Yeah.
right? And within that capacity there, it's not as though, all right, so I could do a detailed chart that talks about how much they've evolved, but I can also do a detailed chart that says how much they're still exactly the same.
Oh
Right?
yeah, with shooters, absolutely.
Right.
So I mean, shooters for me, especially when we were really good at that point in time, it was just basically three simple principles. It was like number one, make sure that you're kitted out the way that you want to play. So, okay, and that decides just about everything. If you're going to run with a long range weapon, if we're going to play cowboys or something, it just changes. Like, and then, once you know maps, it's like, okay, so this is going to be effective here. So, how do I get there quickly?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then set up your kill zones and then just, like, know where your corners are and stuff like that. Know the traffic pattern because there's always a traffic pattern.
Yeah, that was the other piece.
Yeah.
Was anticipating the human element,
Yeah.
right? That was
Well, knowing that
that
about
was
80% of your opponents are going to think the same.
yeah.
So, you have to watch out for the other 20, but hey, you're going to get got. Okay. So, I mean, if you have a 28-0 run, okay, that's a fluke. All right. So you're never going to have a KDD that's that great. You just got to keep that ratio up. And then the more you played it, you just learn new tricks. It's like, oh, okay, so people come down this alley if I hang out right here. So I'll drop a claymore right here. I'm good. You know. So,
Yeah.
or you just switch out, and it's like, no, I'm running with whatever that fucking cheater gun in Black Ops was. Oh, I can't remember. Or no, maybe that was Black Ops 2.
No, the real cheater gun was fucking Modern Warfare 3. That
Which one
was
was that?
so that was the Fad, and
Oh,
they had a little version
They had
that
the
was
mini
just
pad.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. That was Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not use that gun. Yeah. Whereas, yeah, Black Ops 2, you could run with just about whatever you wanted to.
Yeah, watch this guy. He made this. I was surprised with how much I liked the video. I was like, I shouldn't care about this, but he's like, I'm just going to go ahead and rank the pump action shotguns of boomer shooters that I can remember playing with.
Mm.
And he just came at it from a point where I was like, oh yeah, I didn't think about it this way. He's like, I'm going to rank it based off of three things. It's like, go on. So the first one was, well, actually it was five things, but he said four and five really, they're the same thing. But they were sort of, it was, uh, how does it feel?
Oh,
Right? What's the versatility of it?
okay.
Right? And really the last categories were, does it become outclassed and not used by something else later in the game?
Oh, well, the Doom shotgun's going to be pretty high up the list.
Well, so that was
Yeah.
the thing. So he broke that into two parts where he's like, so here's the problem with, he's like, I have to rate Doom 1 and Doom 2 separately because so you have a pump action shotgun that does great work. What's the first game?
Great.
This is the
Great.
highest tier that there is. It's like, but in Doom 2,
Yeah.
right? They give you this.
Get you the scatter gun.
And then he broke down the numbers on it. He said, it doesn't just because it has two barrels, it doesn't just do twice the shots.
It did like
does
8 times.
18.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a lot more.
So the damage multiplier was something to this, and he's like, and count this out. He's like, it looks slower to reload,
It's not.
but it's about a quarter of a second slower. It just looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get this on level 4, or whatever it is,
Yeah, there's no reason.
you have no reason to go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, oh, that's a very good point. And so when he was looking at that in these games, I was looking at how many games made that exact same mistake.
Oh, a lot. Black Ops was way guilty of it. So,
Well, I mean, Black Ops at least was sort of balanced around a multiplayer aspect where it's like, yes, you
Yeah.
have shotguns. Yes, some have. All of them have basically like this thing going on with weapons.
well, the shotguns, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the shotguns are a little different because the only one that he really had was the pepper gun. So, in
We
that
had more
one-
in that one. You
was there a pump in Blackout? I don't think there was.
there was,
Was there?
but it was crappy.
Yeah, well,
was
so
crappy.
Black
I mean-
Ops, like the thing about Black Ops and Modern Warfare was kind of the same way because once you hit the scar in Modern Warfare, you stayed on that motherfucker for ages. And the same thing in Black Ops. Once you got the commando,
Commando was the last weapon you got.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But you could tell where people were leveled by what weapon they were using. So because you basically stick with that once you got there. Until you got to like our stage where it's like, let's just play with this, or I'm going to run around with the M14 for a while because I want to get better at headshots, whatever, but like there were a lot of guns in there. And once you used them once, like the Galil, you never went back to it once you got the commando. So, and it was a great gun.
Yeah, that for sure. But I mean, it's not as though the AUG didn't have its place.
The Augurator was a special beast. Yeah.
I
it
mean,
was.
so I will give that game credit in terms of
It did have the best scope on it. So
just
the little well, it wasn't that the one with a little triangle on it,
it was just
or is it a green dot?
it was just a little circle in the middle without a whole bunch of extra crap on it.
Yeah,
So-
wasn't it white?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
you could change the color of it.
Oh, okay.
You could change the
Yeah,
color
you're
of it.
right.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah, that one was actually just it was
you're right.
a circle just in the middle of the screen. It was just absolutely clean, just fucking. And again, this is all hit scan, so it's just put
Yeah,
reticle
yeah, totally.
on where you want
Yeah.
thing to die, and just hold down bullets until it does.
Well, and that had a really good fire rate too. So,
That was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did it
So
wasn't it a tri-burst?
no,
No,
that thing
that
was a
was the
fire burst.
FAMAS. The
The
FAMAS.
the FAMAS. So the
Yeah.
two that you started with. So the FAMAS, which uh, no, that thing was FAMAS was
Was that full auto?
the M16 wasn't,
The M16 wasn't. The Commando was.
but I think the FAMAS was.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. The M16 was tri-burst. Yeah, you're
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Because I remember kicking some ass with the FAMAS, but actually, when it came down to it, the tri-burst on the M16 was fucking badass too.
Oh, it was lethal.
So the thing that was smart about like this is where I have to give them fucking Call of Duty guys credit for a lot of stuff was the first guns are actually very good,
Oh yeah.
right?
I
They
don't know.
make
Did you
you
start with the AK?
in that game no.
Oh,
The two guns the two assault rifles you started out with that one were the M16 or the FAMAS. One was automatic, one was tri-burst,
yeah, you're
right?
right.
Now I think I won't stake my life on it, but I think the third gun you got was that Galil,
That was a great gun.
where it made you think that, yeah, but it like you said, once you got past it, it was a,
We never used it again.
yeah.
Yeah,
You were a couple. I think the AK was four. It was somewhere
it
around
was in there.
there.
I remember rocking around with AK for ages. So
One of the single shot weapons was five.
yeah, that was the Mark IV,
It
the
was the
M14.
M14 or the FAL.
Love that game. I don't think the FAL was in Black Ops. It
Yeah,
was in Modern Warfare.
no, it was there.
Was it?
Yeah, so they had two. One was the what they unlocked at five and eight.
Okay.
Um, and so six would have been the AUG, something like that
The
around there.
Underwriter was
Uh, and 10 was the Commando, but as for what seven would have been, I can't tell you. But that was uh,
Yeah, but then
shit. Yeah.
like there were a lot of guns, that you just. I mean, to go back to your shotgun thing, there were games where the base shotgun was useful, like Duke Nukem, the original shotgun. You used that all the way through the fucking game.
And there was only one.
There was only one.
You never got a double barreled
No.
or anything like that. And you
Um,
couldn't. So again, that's the uh, that was the Call of Duty thing where
right.
you could dual wield. So remember, in like Modern
Pistols.
Warfare Tool,
Yeah,
where
and the same thing
people
with the yeah
with the two
the two
1887s,
1887s.
and the dude looked like he was running with two like fucking crack batons.
Right, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's right. I forgot about that. You could see, yeah, you could dual wield that. You couldn't, because you couldn't dual wield anything in that game, could you? I don't think you
I
could.
think in so I think there were some weapons that you could. I think that was one of their perks
Yeah,
was that you could dual wield some of them. So some of
we
the
could do that in GoldenEye.
oh,
You could,
well
yeah, I know.
that again that was a shopping cart game. That's
Oh yeah, you didn't have to kid out. Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
you just kept hitting the A button and kept cycling
Yeah,
through weapons. And if you're in single player, it just keeps. So it's one DK5, two DK5s,
two
put them both
AKs.
away,
Yeah,
two
click click.
AKs, uh,
Two
two
rocket launchers.
rocket launchers. It's like this is absurd, but it was a different game. It was
It
a
was a different game.
and they you know what they took a lot of that crap out in the multiplayer. So it's like okay, this is fine.
Yeah, Quake, the original shotgun, got replaced real quick because
Well,
once you got the boomstick,
well, because the shotgun
yeah,
was your pistol.
it was your basic West.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
your pistol.
It was your pistol. Um, and that's again, they pointed out the second one where they're like, look, you get a shotgun and it sucks. And on the same level, you find the double barrel thing, which does like three times the damage.
Oh yeah.
You'll never come back to it.
Mm.
It's fucking ugly. Um, it shoots just as fast. It was like, this thing is,
Oh yeah, way better.
we're going to put this on the bottom tier. Um, I'm like, yeah, this is actually a good point. This is the, and again, it was we came from the era where the design for shooters for a while, and I mean a course of like 5 years,
Yeah.
was at least this but more. That was the philosophy, was
Yeah, more levels.
more levels, more
Tougher bad
guns,
guys.
more yeah, more bad guys. Uh, that was the entire philosophy for a long time, was just um,
Bad guys who had your guns.
bad guys who had your guns, more of them. Uh, and I mean, to a point, that worked. But you want to talk about just not getting what people were liking about it for a minute?
Yeah, there were a few shooters that came along that just really tickled us because they were way like Halo when it first dropped. It was way different.
Yeah.
Um, that was one. Yeah, they had a shotgun in two.
Oh, they had a shotgun in the first one.
Did
Remember, it
they?
was that steel Remington looking thing
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
uh,
You're right.
and that thing at close distance was
It would cut you in half.
it was a single shot. It was
Yeah,
a single kill
it was
weapon.
it was
It
it
was
was yeah,
fucking beastly.
yeah.
Great little reload where you just click them
Mhm.
in on the top. I was like, well, this is. I hate this. Uh,
We had soft bands on that weapon in some of the multiplayer matches we used to do. So
the same thing where
where you get
fucking
mercilessly picked on if you used it. Same thing with you using a needler all the time.
what needler or whatever. But
It
I
took me
mean,
so long to figure out that those were homing needles.
bottom line is the first game, everybody just game started. You press Y and went straight to the pistol anyway because
Yeah,
you
that,
could five shot somebody with that thing.
yeah, from
Um,
across the map. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, they did certain things where again, where the I will never forgive the fucking uh, Duke Nukem fucking belt fed rocket launcher where
Oh
it
yeah.
was just it just
Or the thing that shot like three little rockets out with each, what Devastator was it
yeah,
called?
that's cute, but it's still the big one, dude. It blew up the size of a goddamn parking lot,
Oh yeah,
and uh, it shot so stupidly fast. I'm like, this is a game where it's like, yes, but more. That
yeah.
was the entire philosophy.
That was
Is
the game where the chain gun was useless. That three-barreled thing. Yeah.
so stupid.
So the same thing with the chain gun in Doom. You use that was always a backup weapon if you needed to hose a bunch of guys down. But yeah. No, and then like once you hit like Modern Warfare 2, or maybe even the first one. I remember playing the first one quite a bit with my brother. So
Oh yeah,
yeah. Then I think you and I played two seriously for a while.
I played the first one a lot. Well, okay, so nobody played the first one. Rob gave that to me.
Yeah, Ryan and I played that. Must have been on PlayStation.
I gotta tell you,
I don't
so the
remember.
first game, that was their first. Okay, that was he gave that to me because he wanted me to play the campaign. That's why he bought it, right?
Hmm.
And I was like, "Did you try out their multiplayer?" It's like, "It sucks. I hate it." And so I took it. I played the campaign, and then I just started playing the multiplayer. I was like, "This is actually kind of fun."
Multiplayer was way fun.
But nobody was on it. Nobody. I mean, it was surprising how few people got on there.
Yeah.
Um, and then uh, Modern Warfare 2 came out,
Everybody
and
played that.
that's what I was
Everybody
saying.
fucking played
So
that.
everybody's the word of mouth from the people that played the first one were like, this game is actually really kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the second one is the one that everybody played.
Yeah. No, I remember playing lots and lots of hours.
Yeah.
That one had great maps on it too, man. It had that rooftop map that was fantastic. Um, there was a snow
One.
map on there with trains and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There
See that
was.
one? I remember that one had the FAL, and you could actually attach a shotgun to
Well, a lot
it.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
So even in the other games, they let you have like underbarrel
Yeah.
attachments. That fucking Modern Warfare 2 is where they had the that's where the Akimbo 18887s.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, because they had the Afghan map. Yeah, there was a bunch. Yeah.
They did. There was this like construction yard
Yep.
level that was pretty good.
Yep. Yeah.
What it didn't have was Nuketown, and that was
No, that was Black Ops 1, man.
and it
So,
reappeared in
oh my God, we
every.
played that so much. It was like we would play until Nuketown came to a rotation again, and we're like, all right, we're gonna play until another Nuketown, and then like log off. But
Pat, they had all Nuketown weekends.
I
Do you
know,
remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just playing that constantly, sitting there with the fucking in the doorstop with the stoner. So you know,
Again, that's what I'm talking about. Was we got into. If you looked at it objectively, you would point this thing out and say like, you probably shouldn't use that because if you're going to use this, this does more for you. This, and
yeah,
this. But we
which
had
is
gotten
fun.
to so much of the esoteric levels of each gun
Oh yeah,
where it's like, actually, you're right 99% of the time, but I'm going to be playing this 1% to be doing this because I'm going to be parked out here. I'm
yep,
going to be looking down this line for people that peek around this corner.
yep,
And I'm just going to keep shooting them.
yep. Same thing with Jungle, man, with the M60. It was like just need to get in that just spot, man, with the M60 and just fucking. Yeah, there were a couple spots. Yeah,
There were a
so
couple of
there were a
those,
couple of those.
and between that, the other one was firing range. That one came up
Oh
so
yeah, played that
often.
map so many times,
Uh,
so many times.
and there are names that, again, I don't remember the map name. I just remember one of them was Rat Hat and Gondola.
Gondola, yeah, yeah. That
Pretty
was a
sure,
fun map.
pretty sure it had a different
Yeah.
name, but Gondola is what we called it. Uh,
Satellite dish, skip. So Havana, I play it every time.
Giant
Fucking
saw blades.
saw blades, played that every time. Rocket launch, yeah. What was the other one? There was another one that we skipped all the time. This one, but like fucking the beach.
The beach on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the
I can't
beach.
remember what it was called.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like Bay of Pigs or something. It was dumb. There were a couple maps like that. And then we got into zombies. So you play one map over and over and over and over again. Because the second map was balls.
We eventually, I mean, we on so as we've discussed, we got way further on Tino
Yeah,
than virtually anyone.
yeah.
Um, at least
And you're
amongst
supposed to.
at least
Yeah,
amongst mortals.
yeah.
As far as the second, the White House map, we actually did pretty good.
Oh, that's right. That was the white. I was thinking of the one with the school bus, but that was Black Ops
That
2.
was the second one, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So we did play the fucking bunker map with fucking the guy who
Fucking
stole your guns.
yep.
Yeah.
And Nixon and Kennedy and McNamara and fucking I don't remember the
Fidel
fourth one.
Castro. Yeah, it was
Castro.
Castro. Yeah.
So the we did
I
pretty
love doing that.
we did pretty good on the second map, as well as far as mere mortals go, but we did exceptionally well
on Kino.
on Kino.
Yeah.
When I heard where good players had topped out on there, we were like, bro, we're on like
Whoa,
wave
yeah,
39, like
way further. Yeah. To the point in time where we're like, I mean, how far we got depended on our box draw. So, like in round 10 or so, because you pick up like the RPK or something, it's like, all right, we're good for 5 more rounds. So, we just got to go find the ammo now. So,
yeah, it was absurd, and it got to the point because the problem with it, of course, is by the I can't tell you when it was, but there was a point where the math had just kicked over to a point where um, each zombie took so many fucking hits
yeah.
where this they're gonna shut you down. There's just no
Yeah.
there was no physical way to keep going. Where there's no next step of this where you can escalate it or take it forward. It's just not you're
No,
gonna
you're
die.
just running.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just getting to the point in time where you get up into the fucking projector room, taking out as many as you can until you get zapped out of there. if I recall. Wasn't there a gate that you could? There was like an electrical field that you could set up and kill a shitload of them. So if I recall, there were a couple
I feel
things.
like you're right,
Yeah,
but that also could be something from the second one that I don't remember. But I think that you're right. I think that you're right.
yeah, but eventually it got to the point in time where you're just running. You'd hold a position for about 10 seconds, shoot as many of them as you could, and then run to the next. You know,
Well, we had the timing down too, where we knew exactly when you could take the thing to the
yeah,
projector room
right,
because you couldn't just go to that in those two places. There was a cooldown on it,
yeah,
and actually it wasn't just a cooldown. You had to activate a couple of things to make it happen. If I
you
recall,
did,
you had to go
yeah,
from here to here to here, and then you'd save it. And you're like, okay, we go here. It's this long before you do that, and you just kind of cycled through that a couple of
hmm
times on those later waves where it was like this is shitty, but uh,
But I do remember when it got to
yeah,
the point in time where you and I, we would know how far we'd know whether or not we had a shot of like breaking, because I don't remember what a record. It was well into the 30s, so
I think we
we
topped
might
out
have made
at an
40.
early 40,
Yeah, I think you're right. But we would know, like, okay,
like around
so
13.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, all right, so we got to get a good weapon drop on this one. You have to get the fucking alien gun or something, in order to actually be able to get close to that record.
Well, yeah, and you also had to the other thing was that you had to use the Mustang and Sally pistols because it put the
Oh
grenades
yeah,
in them.
right.
So
Yeah,
you had to hold on to you wanted to drop that earlier, but you had to hold on to that to put the pack a punch, right?
right.
Um,
Oh
because
yeah,
there
yep.
simply was no gun that was better. It was just that thing was broken. But
Yeah, they shot grenades.
yep,
Yeah,
there simply was no better alternative. But yeah, that was the thing. Like by round 13, you knew.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then we went back to normal. And just
fucking.
it was like a renaissance, man.
Well, it was like we went back to training camp after 6 months in the fucking field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So,
like one of the. I recently rewatched Top Gun Maverick, and I don't know. Did you ever see it?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I
I
saw it.
do like it. I don't like it as much as the first one, but I do like it.
No, it's good.
But I remember watching some pilots that were watching some of those things. They were saying like, "This is accurate. This isn't accurate."
Right.
And one of the things they said, and they were laughing at that because there's this montage where uh, it's very shortly after they get to the school and they're up in the air and Tom Cruise is just wiping them out one
Yeah,
after the other.
making them do push-ups.
And
Yeah.
those guys were laughing. It's like, now this is the most true thing that happened is the old guys torched the new guys.
Yeah.
Just like everybody came in and thought they were
Yeah.
hot shit, and the old guys just burned them down like crazy. Like, are you serious? I was like, this is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh,
And
that was us in Black Ops, man.
and that's what I'm saying is after we came back after about like 60 combat missions and fucking
Getting shot down over Germany.
and we're just over there like shooting children. I mean it was rough on them.
It was rough on them for a while. And then we did that in Modern Warfare for a while too, with the fucking
Modern Warfare. Well, the
the fucking bomb squad guys,
yeah,
the
the
juggernauts.
Juggernauts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the Horde mode or
the
whatever
horde
they called
mode,
it.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just get back into the game and just rip people to pieces for a little
But we
bit.
didn't need to do that.
But we did, yeah, we didn't need to do
You
that.
you and I
No.
started punching tickets on day
Oh yeah.
one. Day
Yeah.
fucking
Dave fucking.
one.
I did the same thing in Black Ops 2, man. So you show up in Black Ops 2, and just like, as soon as we figure out all the things, it's like, okay, paper airplanes, check. you know, uh, you know.
Well, okay, so Black Ops 2 really fucked up because that was. I remember I pulled you to the side one day because Black Ops
Oh yeah.
2. Well, okay, so here was a real problem with Black Ops 2 was they had gone from the classes were still there, but they had gone to a pick 10 a 10
Yeah.
point system. So we got this thing where it's like, okay, so you take 2 grenades, this is costing more and more and more. I'm like, come over to you one day and I'm like, I want you to look at this gun for a second. You're like, what? Like, so I don't have any grenades. It's like,
Right.
yeah. It's like, but I put this on my gun
Yeah.
and this on my
Right.
gun and the laser sight on my
Yeah.
gun. And so there was this thing where if you went around corners, you knew where you're shooting because the red light dot was there.
Yep.
But also, if you wanted to plunk somebody from a mile away,
Yeah.
you just aim down the sight because you
Yep.
didn't have to rip the sight off.
Yeah.
And it was like, so I only have like one gas grenade or whatever it is,
Mhm.
but it's all in this gun.
Yeah.
And you looked at this, and you're like, give me a minute.
Give me a minute.
And so you took yours out to the garage, and yeah, so you're kind of like, oh, this rail isn't going to work, blah, 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 so this blah, blah, blah. You came back with something very similar, and life was different. Like, I remember at first we were like, I can't quite get the hang of it. Something
Yeah.
doesn't seem right. And then we both did that, and life changed.
Yeah. I remember like dropping your secondary weapon. It's like
Yes,
you don't need this.
yes, that was part of it.
Like
Was just
this is just extra dead weight.
because they did that thing where it's like, yeah, you can put another thing on here, but it'll cost you another point.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like no problem. I'll give that up. I don't use fucking grenades anyway. So
Yeah.
and then eventually got to the point in time. It's like the most valuable thing was your vest and extra mags.
Just you and I, the, the the things they left in Modern Warfare 3 that I don't know how a playtester didn't come through and just like come over there with like a note card and say like, so I'm just gonna throw this out here, guys. I did this and this.
Yeah.
And if you have these combinations, thing you put this in and you just drop it in the box or whatever.
Yeah.
So like you cannot leave this in this game.
No, you can't leave this in this game. What they did. And stackable air power.
Stackable air power. Just again that whole thing of wait, so one man brings the vesties,
Right.
and again, once we had that support class just dialed into the point where well, if somebody has these, that's a huge benefit, but I don't think I need them because if I have this and I have this, I'm going to get to a. I don't even remember what it was.
I'm going to get to my 7, no problem.
I'll get to 7. I think I don't. I think 9 was the aerial English robot, which I think.
Oh, the one, yeah.
That was the thing.
The Reaper.
It's like,
yeah.
I like this, but Pat likes it.
I really like that, man. Let me use that. Yeah.
It's like, all right, let me get off this.
Jeff always gets dogs. It's fine.
Dogs in Black Ops, but I had
Yeah.
I had the little retarded ground robot.
Oh, the thing with the machine gun on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I took that thing, but I can just hear you laughing. It's just weird where I'm like, I'm over here, but I can actually see you smiling through the actual mic. Like you were having such a good time with this. But that was the thing. Is like, well, it's no trouble to get to fucking 9.
Right.
If I can get to 9,
you can get your Cobra up.
I was like, if I get to 9, it'll get me to 15, or it'll get me to here to 17, where it's an ultimate death machine or whatever it is. It's like, all right.
Oh man, you and I we used to catch so much shit in lobbies. So
sometimes,
yeah, I remember that.
Sometimes, yeah.
When we forgot to turn it off.
Yeah. And eventually, we're just kind of like, well, we're not here to talk to anyone else.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did team chat after a while. So.
And of course, the other component of that was keeping my brother company. He was out there in the wilds of North Dakota all by his lonesome. So,
yeah. Well, that's when we were playing Civ and stuff like that.
We were playing everything, man. We were.
That was a fun game. Revolution.
It was a good. Look,
that was a good game.
A lot of good games back then.
Yeah.
I look upon that era with a lot of fun.
What was that word battle game that we used to play?
Quarrel.
Quarrel. That was a really fun game.
A lot. Again, there was a lot of good stuff going on there.
I remember playing that at my in-laws' house. And my mother-in-law was like looking at me like it was an idiot, on some of these things. She was like, "No, like quizzes." Oh, got it.
Yeah, and I remember that when the era was winding down on the 360, because you and I were FTE for Call of Duty for such a long time, I realized there were like 29 games out there that were
Hmm.
awesome that I hadn't
Yeah.
played. So I went on the store, and because it had been so long, I'm picking up these awesome titles for like $6 a piece.
Yeah.
And I was just tearing through that shit for a minute. I was like, man, so I don't regret my life because I was playing these games with my buddies and it was fun. But look at all this cool shit I missed out on.
Yeah. We did play we played what I mean, it was several years there of
Yeah,
basically Black Ops or whatever. Just about
some form of Call of Duty.
every night or every couple nights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Sometimes twice in a day.
sometimes twice in a day.
Sometimes we didn't have jobs, and we
There
are
were
like,
times where we were unemployed.
I get it. That seems so far away. Um, and I get that there's a crowd right now that they're very sad. They're kind of like, well, I just graduated high school and nobody's looking at my employees, and I'm thinking of voting for the Democratic Socialists and
Oh my
whatever,
God,
right?
dude.
Um, and I get it. I get it. It's like that. Actually, it's
But
not
it's
like that.
no, it's not like that. There's not an economic crash going on. Jeff, we were unemployed in 2007 to 2008. This was normal.
Well, let me.
you know. Well, no, let's see. I was definitely back. So it was after 2008. This was during my 7 years. So there's at least good 2 solid years there where employment was sketchy at best.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, and you were kind of in the same boat until you got that full-time gig.
Well, I got it as soon as I graduated.
Okay.
I jumped in, so I got in there like right away.
Yeah,
But
so it
there
must have been a
were,
little bit before then.
but it would have been before that
Yeah,
because you know what? Because
because you were playing Black Ops. So yeah.
well, on top of that, if it was 2007 around then, that's when I had to go back and finish up school.
Yeah. And I wasn't living here, I was up there. So yeah.
It could have been a lot of. There's a
There
few.
was quite a bit of time there, even when we were employed, we were still doing
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean you had summers.
I had
You had
summers,
summers for a bit. And then
and
but then
there
there
was
was
just times
always
when we
time.
weren't
Yeah.
working. I mean,
Yeah.
it just happened where and we were playing like on the couch and stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
we'd play at night and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, but like yeah, it's different now, man, because there were stretches there where a lot of people were unemployed. And that's just not really the case right now, man. So, I don't know how much you looked into that shit that went on in New York, man, but some of the analysis that started to come out the last couple of days. Um,
what rent control.
Not just that, man, but like those two districts that got flipped.
Oh yeah,
They're like
yeah.
the richest districts in Brooklyn. I mean, you're talking about places where the median household price is like $3 million.
You guys are fucked.
It's like,
It's,
come on, dude. It's like you can't even afford to live in this neighborhood.
I cannot,
So,
man. I gotta tell you, like this is the shit. Like just watching this, I'm like, um, you New Yorkers, I'm sorry, you all have a very short memory,
they do.
very short
Yeah,
memory,
very short memory.
because the you guys are gonna make the fucking Dinkins era look like paradise. I mean,
Oh, heck yeah, man. It's coming, man.
Jesus.
So, like, the whole city, and I mean, well, so these are national lights, so these are congressional things that they've been talking about.
Yes.
But just the weirdos that they got, like, ousting, like, not only, who was it? It was the head of the Hispanic caucus. So, lost
Oh,
her seat in a
yeah.
primary.
Yeah.
And, and I mean, you're talking about someone who's got, like, the exact voting record of, like, Tlaib, and these folks, and they're not left enough. It's like Jesus, where does this go, man? The same thing's true with the other guy who got scared away from. He went to a rally for DSA, and like his last name was Jewish, and so he got scared. I mean, I was watching some of the videos of him basically running like with a book underneath it,
Oh, fucking
kind of thing. It's like what the
Wiener in San
fuck?
Francisco got fucking.
Right?
Uh, Dude, Hakeem Jeffries is running for his life. They're like, you're next.
Well, I
Fucking
think he's safe now. I mean, because he Well, this was the primary.
Oh no, no, no. I
Yeah.
got you. The problem that they have right now is if you the weird thing. This is the whole thing where um so the stupidest of all Republicans decided that this was the time to go out there and say like we need to go out here and talk about how communism is dangerous, blah 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 blah. It's like you don't need to say shit,
No, you
right?
don't.
You don't, because your opponents just gave you the greatest gift
Oh yeah.
that anybody could give you, which is why in the past 48 hours, it seems as though everyone in the party, right, is sitting there at like the uh, at like the divorce hearing, and everybody is having to declare which parent they want to live with, because
Oh yeah. No, that is going on.
so many people right now
Yeah.
have to say like, I'm not with them. As a matter of fact, I thought it was funny that of all people, um, the one who used to be like the representative, AOC, of course, she's like, I stand with Hakeem
She
Jeffries,
did do that.
which surprised the shit out of me because I was thinking that of all the people that seemed like they would jump on that train, you decided those guys are too far left
I
for
don't
you.
know. She's a little bit more clever than I think people give her credit for being. So, but
No,
we're just gonna have to wait and see. So,
and that's the thing is you can't. How many there the story out there right there is like how many actual Republicans right there, just to even say that, how many Republicans have a story that starts with, well, I used to be left,
oh
right?
yeah, a lot of them, tons
And
of them.
if
The party
the
left
New
me.
York, yeah, if
Yeah.
the New York, so the worst thing, this is the thing that's really really fucking bad about doing this in New York is maybe if you did this in 1960, where the people in New York were kind of like, yeah, but I have to stay here because this is where all the money is,
Yeah.
right? Turns out that the vans are driving to Florida.
Yeah, a lot of them are going to Florida.
They're just moving to Florida. They're moving to other states, and these are the people with money. Same thing goes where
I New York's got a history of flipping back over, though, man. That's what's going to happen here. You know? Yeah.
you're talking about remedial republicanism.
Remedial republicanism is going to actually be a thing here pretty soon. Maybe not this cycle, but definitely the next cycle. Because I mean, that's the thing about all these things that, like, with 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 the that. Okay, so these guys are going to be operating not on the city level.
Yes.
So, so the needs of the city are going to be removed from what they're actually represented by in Congress.
Yeah.
So, which is not going to, which has never worked out for that city because I mean, I don't care. Like, okay, so fine, you're going to scare a few people down to Florida. Got it. The bulk of the wealth is going to stay in the city, and eventually, it's going to start defending itself. And it does that with remedial republicanism, and it consistently has done this throughout its history, man. It's like as nobody like none of these people were born when Rudy Giuliani came up. It's like
Nope.
I get it, all right. So, but I remember that he was just a thing not just a couple of years ago. I mean, the guy was still spooking around like at the last election cycle. So it's like, all right, so this is going to happen. Maybe it's not going to be him. It's going to be somebody else. But I mean, they're basically widening a big enough gap there where somebody's going to see the opportunity there, and it might be AOC. You never know, okay, or somebody like that. It might even be a fucking Hakeem Jeffries. You never know, okay. So who's basically going to turn around and say like, all right, well, we realize that like, okay, so we're actively being eaten by the shark. If it's got your arm in its mouth, eventually you lose the arm and you punch the eye with the other one. So, or it kills you. So, but
Right.
I mean, I just don't see that necessarily happening because fundamentally, like, so them running their own dudes off the pitch, so to speak, that never works. I mean, we
Ah.
like you can look at any like party movement that's happened in the past. I mean, even Donald Trump didn't do that. Okay, so
No.
no, and I mean, a lot of Democrats point to, oh, this is the magnification of fucking, our party, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, these are two completely different things. Okay. Because Donald Trump, okay, someone put it really good the other day. It was like a lot of people underestimate him because, they don't realize that not only does he appeal to the least common denominator voter, he is the least common denominator. you know? So, and he always has been. And as soon as you figure that out, you realize what's going on. I mean, you watch the people in even the Republican Party the last, like maybe 6 months or so split off and go on their anti-Israel tirade. I mean, fucking, he told like even JD Vance has gotten to the point in time where he's going to tell Tucker Carlson to jump in a fucking lake now. I mean,
Wild.
Trump himself did it last
Wild.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that guy, he just got kicked off the iceberg. you know? He's got his own little piece of iceberg there that's steadily heading towards Florida, which is not going to work out for him. But then like the Democrats, so it's the very tip top of the party. They're not appealing to the bottom, the least common denominator here at all. Okay, you go to a black neighborhood in New York, all these people fucking lose. So and I mean it's like okay, so you can take the two richest districts in Brooklyn. Okay, cool. All right, so that's all right. So you're a fucking greenhouse flower at that point in time. All right, that community turns on you, you're fucked because you got nowhere to run to. So, and there's only so many stupid, wealthy, like areas in the United States that will tolerate this bullshit because white guilt or whatever. It's just it's not going to last, man. And then on top of that, this guy's got this monster city to run, and he's going to either do one of two things. He's either going to fail, or he's going to moderate. That's it. So he gets one of two, and it's entirely up to him which he decides to do. Donald Trump clearly like extended an olive branch to him and said, "Hey, moderate," and the guy kind of did. All right. So, but not last week. So, nope, not even a little. And so, all right. So the ball's in your court, dude. What are you going to do with it? I don't see any of this as being even remotely bad for any Republican.
You guys had your shot, and I
Yeah.
mean like a good one.
It was a good shot.
You guys,
It was an undefended goal.
absolutely. If you want to, exactly, yeah. If you're talking about, if you have to sit there and look and say like, all right, so check this out. I'm writing a book right now. It's just the history of unforced political errors.
Oh yeah.
And you have to stamp this one in there because again, it's so.
Well, we're outlining the chapter for sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because it's. Remember, this is you're absolutely right on this because a lot of times you're not voting for your local person.
Mm.
You're not even voting against a party. You're voting against the loudest members of the opposition's party.
Yeah.
Right? That's why these bozos over there, it's like, well, we don't have any real Republicans to yell at except for Trump. That's our whole platform. Right?
Right.
And so.
Well, yeah, that's what happened in LA. So, yeah.
Right.
Got it.
So
Although that thing, man, that looks stinkier the more that they talk about it. So,
bro, I think.
I don't know.
Man,
yeah.
There's just numerical impossibilities to say like, well, this couldn't have happened, but it did happen.
It did happen,
and you guys have actually put the tools in place to stop people from investigating it. That's double suspicious.
Yeah, it's pretty sus. And I mean, just so like statistically, I can look at both the 2016 and the 2020 elections. They make fucking sense. Okay, statistically. Now you can say there's fuckery going on in certain places, got it. But just the trend followed all the way through the election. The couple days of counting and stuff like that. It's like, all right, so the trend is there. The LA one where it completely flips over the other way is statistically fucking weird. So and the fact that they put in all these guardrails, unauditable elections, blah blah blah, because primary, yada yada yada. We'll see how the general turns out in the fall. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, it's definitely there's something about it that's whack. But that's LA. All right, fine, okay, got it. All right, so it's been what 30 years since they've had a Republican mayor there or whatever. It's been a minute. So it's not like the state, which has gone back and forth, with its governorship, a couple times here and there. It's pretty solid, the way that it went. But, you're already looking at midterm season coming up here. Okay, empty goal, already whiffed the kick or the puck, the shot, whatever. Okay, by like saying, oh no, we're gonna shoot for the moon now. And try and flip this fucking party over, not realizing that the Democratic Party, like, it will only survive if it actually stays in opposition to Republicans. If it's in opposition to itself, it is fucked. Right. So and I mean, Donald Trump's not running next election, but like that's their biggest thing to run against is like if they put up JD Vance, it's like okay, well it's basically Trump 2.0, here at this point in time, even though he's a very different guy in some respects. Um, but if you put up some weirdo, that makes it easy for me to say, yeah, okay, I'll take more Trump as opposed to that. All right, because that is like Ivy League educated, fucking foaming at the mouth, whatever. If it's Kamala Harris, she's going to lose again. So
She's not only going to lose again, she's going to be disappointing to the newest radical wing.
totally, totally, yeah.
That's not a candidate
It's
that they're
yeah.
going to want to compromise on.
No, they're not, and ultimately they're going to be able to bully her into positions that are indefensible in the face of the general electorate. I think there's like this whole thing about like what was she? The lady who won the other day was talking about like socializing pre-check at the TSA. Okay, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So, and I was like, how many of you use motherfucking pre-check? I don't know anybody who does. Okay,
You
so
do,
this is a very bougie thing.
but that's the thing is
Yeah,
they fly
a lot,
all the time.
all the time. So, and it was like, wait a minute, what? Like, okay, I'm all about abolishing the TSA. And in fact, you can take down the entire Department of Fatherland Security for all I care. With it, I've been very clear about that for many years now. Okay, I'm fine with all of that.
You have. If I can't.
As border control can absolutely be part of the Department of War. That's fine.
Now you're talking my language.
I know. Okay, all right. So I got it. Coast Guard, absolutely fine. Put that in there too. All right. Basically, if they have guns, they should be part of that.
Unidentified yacht. Identify yourself or
So
you will be fired upon.
yeah. So Mr. Speedboat with 8 outboard motors. You get 0 warnings. Yeah. So, but anyway, but like, okay, so this is just such a ridiculous position to take that is so fucking tone deaf. All right. I mean, most people, they like, what is pre-check? It's just like, well, how do you get that?
Right.
Kind of thing. It's like, wait a minute, I fly once a year on fucking Spirit Airlines or Southwest now, whatever. Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay, I get to the airport 2 hours early. This is not exactly inconvenience,
Right.
kind of thing. And you're sitting here talking about that's the fact that we need to socialize that. And on top of that, talking about wiping your fucking boogers on the American flag, on our 250th fucking birthday is about as stupid as you can get, and like, it's like, I'm sorry, there's not that many Ivy League kids out there who are going to vote, you know?
Well, that's the thing is you already have the votes
Right.
of the fucking hipster losers in Brooklyn and
There's no
but
way to expand this electorate. So you're fucked.
but the people over here that are so the other people that are supporting you, right? They're dying
Yeah.
because these are the fucking like Facebook people,
Right.
right? That are sitting there that one of my favorite things. Okay, did you see this one from Ro Kahana talking
Dude,
about?
that guy is gone. I used to like that guy. That guy has gone off the fucking rails. So, I mean, and he is rich as fuck too. It is the most two-mouth, Janus-faced motherfucking thing that I've ever seen. So, well, in a while, I'm sure I've seen worse, but he's getting there.
Well,
So,
one thing that you can't do, and this is something that Elon Musk did say, like, time to break out the lawyer squadron, see yours in court, was
yeah.
you don't tell Elon Musk that he's responsible, that he
Yeah, I
killed
saw that.
14 million people. You don't tell people
Yeah.
that he did this because,
Right.
well, that is slanderous.
Yeah, well, that's basically saying that you're Hitler because Hitler only killed 9 of them. Million, that is, but whatever.
But again, it's
No, I get it, man.
yeah.
So
So,
the problem with Rokana and that one in particular, someone actually laid this one out, is that members of Congress get like extra super duper protected speech. They can basically talk shit to anybody. So, and make up shit out of whole cloth and basically get protected by your Supreme Court, led by some very Donald Trump people, but they will die on that one. So we'll see. But anyway, like that doesn't matter. I mean, like, okay, so he sues him and it gets thrown out of court, whatever, like, or maybe he gets a couple bucks out of him, whatever. I don't know. He's not going to melt him down to parts, and he's not going to get him kicked out of Congress. But that dude is making an idiot of himself, in front of his own fucking electorate. So he's running for president. See, that's the thing is every Democrat and their fucking dog is going to run come November 6th this year. Okay, they're all going to get in stupid fistfights that's going to make them look ridiculous in front of like normie Americans who already aren't really onto Democrats anyway. I mean, clearly
As a whole?
as a whole, yeah.
No, the numbers don't lie on that.
No, they're terrible. Their numbers are awful, dude. So people say Donald Trump's numbers are awful, but then if you look at support for the Republican Party, it's actually pretty good. I mean, he just happens to be in charge of it. There are a shitload of Republicans out there who don't like Donald Trump. Be happy to show up to the polls if we put up someone who's not a lunatic. You know? So, which is looking like that's what's going to happen because whether it be J.D. Vance or some other Republican, none of them are as crazy as those dudes. So, not even close. So, way more close to normie America. And I mean, that's the thing. That's the other thing. It's like, really, who carries the electorate? It's suburban moms every single time. You can't find too many suburban moms who are really happy with the Democratic Party at this point.
You can find suburban moms who they don't like Trump.
You can find tons of those.
But he won't be running next time.
If you pull him out of the mix next time, no problem. And I think none of the analysts are talking about this except for like one or two of them, who are like, actually, this looks really bad, because I mean, literally, it's going to become like a reverse America's Got Talent for the fucking Democratic, the running this time. I mean, Kamala Harris, like, how bad she lost is understated. So, in a lot of circles,
there is some clinical grade fucking copium that has been
prescription strength.
Fucking yeah, not just prescription.
Laboratory fresh.
Jesus, it's an aerosol, dude. It's just straight up like you don't even wait for it to digest in the system.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of, that's what a mandate is. And, and it's a lot closer in here. And you know what? I want to talk about how the Electoral College is a problem.
Right. Oh yeah, let's dust that one out of here. Dust that one.
So she still lost by 6 million votes.
She lost by a lot. I mean, the fact that Donald Trump actually took the popular vote last time, which a Republican president hadn't done since George W. Bush. So not the first time, the second time he ran, which was right in the middle of a war that we had just started, and everybody was still thinking that, okay, they had just pulled Saddam Hussein out of a fucking tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're like, well, this shit's stitched up. Oops. But I remember voting for him in that election because I thought we were on the right path. So at that point in time,
history makes fools of us all.
History does make fools of us all. I get that, man, and I'm going to own that mistake. But like that was 2006, Pat. So,
listen, here's the other problem is that is to say that the alternative would have produced superior results. I don't know.
John Kerry was like the most lily-livered guy. I mean, yeah, come on, dude. I mean, yeah, he had a Silver Star from Vietnam, but he threw it at the White House in protest. So it's like, oh, okay, I guess he didn't want that.
No, Patrick, I mean, come on. There are people that you're like, all right, well, I respect your service, but you are still a big fat pussy.
You are a pussy. Yeah,
I mean,
I got it. So, like, yeah, I mean, it's just, like I'm telling you, you were talking on the podcast the other day, the political zoomies are coming, man. Like, I can look at my cat and I know, okay, you just ate a lot, you took a nap, and you just took a giant shit. Here it comes. So,
ate a lot, took a nap, just took a giant shit, and there is the world's biggest thunderstorm about to crank forth sounds that no animal loves.
Right. And I just opened the garage door and there's Miller moths all over
there. Miller moths all over the place. And I can't say it with full certainty here, but I think they actually put some methamphetamine in your food. I think you're just, I mean, you are cranked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, just the whole thing of like, so signing in the people that wipe their or blow their nose or wipe their boogers on the American flag. That's got it. Because, again, this is, remember, like a lot of these middle-aged housewives, they do have a tipping point where it's kind of like, well, I mean, my dad was in the service,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
just like
Yeah.
I should say that
It's like, I don't
shit.
want my daughter to date that guy. Yeah.
I get it. I get. There's a lot of again. So a lot of the support, the same fucking blue hairs that are over there sitting there like acting like I got one more Rosa Parks moment in me. So I'm gonna sit here and act like fucking ice is the
Yeah, I'm
devil
going to
for
cut
it.
the
So
pool liner.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut the pool liner. It's like, all right, you guys are fucking dweebs, but there does come a point where again, this is the same.
Dude, I saw the Washington Post sheepishly admit to that the other day. It was the most pathetic thing that I'd ever seen.
Oh,
Well,
when they had to actually, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, actually, no, I saw NPR do it, which was even more pathetic, you know, about like vandalism and, oh, somebody removed the bubblers, kind of thing. It wasn't actually vandalism. It was like, actually, you know what? I mean, just the way that you actually approach this article really says like a lot about how thin your I mean, like the whole thing with the World Cup, and they finally there's like a couple off stories of like Germans who bitched about like not having decent Wi-Fi, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys like? You read like three things and just make the rest of it up. Can you not see what's going on here? So, and the same thing with the pool. It was just like, all right, so here's all the evidence. It's actually pretty good if you look at it just at face value. They got these dudes on tape doing this shit, okay? And this is the best you can do is say like, oh, so they took a filter out? Come on, man.
Oh,
Dude, come on, man. But that's the fact that they actually had to own up to that at some point in time. And now it's gone,
oh,
Unless you go over to the
this is.
box, then it's all over the place.
Well, did
It's
you
just like,
see?
come on, man. I mean, it's so thin, and like the whole World Cup thing, and just like the actual outpouring on the internet that is still going on.
Still going.
It's still going on.
So
You know, and it's like I pull up my MSN page and there's nothing on it, and then I pull up fucking YouTube and it's the first 9 scrolls on my shit. you know? So it's just like, okay, all right, man. This is so thin now at this point. I was damn near transparent. So
well, they pulled the same shit with those. So I mean, and God bless them. I hope this actually sort of sorts these people out. But is the fucking 9 Antifa assholes that are getting 50-year sentences where they're saying like these guys got 50 years for protesting. It's like,
yeah,
well, they shot at a
they shot
cop.
at a cop. Yeah,
Then
exactly.
they called people and told them to get rid of evidence.
Yeah,
And you are presenting it as protesting.
protesters. Yeah, no, these are professional agitators. These are fucking terrorists, basically.
That's
So
what they got
yeah,
going on. When you shoot at cops,
yeah,
and it wasn't that you shot at them, you hit one.
yep.
And that's the shit where I'm like, you disingenuous fuck.
I know it's terrible,
It's like,
dude.
fuck you. And
Yeah,
again, it's like you just talked about with the World Cup thing is you are literally telling everyone not to believe their eyes and ears,
oh yeah,
right?
and
So
it's all over social. You can't get away from it on social media. Like, I mean, it's everywhere, and it's almost like like, I mean, YouTube's not even trying to suppress it anymore. So
no,
yeah, I mean,
no.
because it's generating amazing amounts of hits. So, and it's just it's crazy because like, and then some people are talking about it's like reality always wins, and it kind of does. Sometimes it takes a while, but then it just takes like one event like this to rip the whole tarp off, and you're like, holy shit, man, like if fucking these Europores are coming over telling us how great this country is, maybe we should listen to them, in some respects. And the whole world kind of is, but then yeah, NPR sheepishly is like, well, this one guy, he thought he was trying to blah. The same thing with the cop shooting. It's like, oh, peaceful protest. It's like, yeah, right. I get 50 years for shooting at a cop and then conspiring to actually eliminate evidence. So, and, oh, here's your terrorism charges because that actually does qualify as domestic terrorism. So, oh
That is correct.
no, Jeff, harmless protesters.
Harmless protesters. Again, yeah, it's the same. I think a lot of people are catching on to it at this point.
I think
Even
so
the
too.
diehards on this, where again, yeah, you had enough people framing it in a certain way, but there's a component to this where, um, yeah, the normies have been like, you guys are fucking retarded. Fuck you.
Yeah, the normies have kind of had enough, man. And like speaking as someone who I consider myself fairly centered in normie land, being, a mortgage paying, tax paying, not new car driving,
Right.
you know. So
educated,
but
suburbs.
I live in the suburb. Yeah, right. Yeah, I do drink beer and go to baseball games, kind of thing.
Right.
So
Has voted for both
has
parties.
voted for both parties and independent candidates. So, but at the same point in time, it's also like I mean, just the, the arguments that I've gotten for against Donald Trump in any forms of way, they're getting extremely difficult to defend for the people that I know who defend them. And they'd rather just avoid those those arguments at this point in time. It's like, got it. You don't like Donald Trump, just rest on that. That's fine.
Say that.
You're allowed to
Yeah.
not like him, and no, you don't have to vote for him. So that's absolutely fine. Okay, but stop trying to convince me that the people who are publicly opposed to him are virtuous in some ways, just by the nature of the fact that they oppose him as opposed to their actual actions. This no longer holds water, if it ever did, and being a guy who I don't like Donald Trump. I didn't vote for him any of the three chances that I had. So, but still at the same point in time, I'm allowed to root for my president. I'm allowed to root for the country. And if like eventually you get to the point in time, it's like, well, actually, it's quite a bit better than it was when we had a fucking potato as our president for 4 years. So, who basically just got pushed around by his own party, more so the lunatics in his party. And now it's like, all right, so you're trying to tell me that I'm wrong on this? I'm not wrong on this. I've been here for 16 years watching this. Back the fuck off.
Well, and this was the point that I made on this, because there's a straight up divide where it's kind of like you ask the poll question and it's like uh, proud to be an American, GOP 90%,
Yeah.
Democratic Party
it's like, yeah.
it's like 30,
Yeah.
it's sub 30. Now again, they're like, well, it hasn't been even close to equal since like 1996, right? And the thing that this is the point that I made was I was like, well, that answer for me is never going to change. If you ask me this question, regardless who the president, it's like, because ultimately here, politicians of both parties are freaking dirtballs.
Oh, yeah.
All of them. Okay. And they all do embarrassing things, right? If we're going to sit there and say, like, okay, even on good times, when I'm sitting there looking at Obama's mom jeans, I'm like, look, everybody is an embarrassment,
Yeah.
okay? At that level where you are trying to reach a mass audience, okay, you look stupid, all right? The things that, everything that you do on a presidential level, once you get to that level, is going to feel like the fucking Arby's Twitter account, where it's like, you guys are late to the party.
Yeah.
You did planking 3 months after that went out of style, but that's what you do, right? Everything feels like corporate Me Too shit, right? I get it. So that's at its best. And at its worst, it's just as bad. But the ultimate, like, when it comes down to it, I think that 85% of all Americans are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Then it comes down to
very few. I have met very few that it's just like, oh, you're truly fucked up.
They're in that bottom 10%.
They are.
They exist.
They do.
There is a 10% of people who look at us generously, but we look at them as like, you are a better human than I am.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Just, I don't mean this in terms of like accomplishments or anything. It's just, you don't get mad at the things that I get mad at.
Right.
You have a patience for things. You have a perspective on things that's like, God, you're amazing. And you're not even like narcissistic about it, right? I'm not talking about like, well, he must be better than me because he has more money than me. It's like, no, it's just like, these are better humans than me.
These are just more level people.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there's a 5% group of people in here. It's kind of like, I don't know. They could be anything. It's like, this is a group of people that he might be a genius, but he might have a basement full of chained up kids. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't read you. But
we're putting a pin in him, though.
That shit happens. Okay, but the rest of the people, it's like the American people, as every European came to see, it's like, all right, so we don't have churros where I grew up in. These are fantastic.
I love these so much.
But here's the thing: the first American I met was nice. The 10th American I met was nice.
Yeah.
The 15th American asked me where I was going and
Mm.
helped me get there.
Yep.
The 17th was kind of a dick,
Yep.
but then 21 through 25, all amazing. And that's exactly what I've known Americans to be. Is they're
Yeah.
fucking awesome. So I don't judge how much I love the country just by the leadership in charge. That's stupid.
No, that's completely wrong. And I mean, there's just this thing, like, I mean, the whole New York thing is really emblematic of this in some respects. Is like we're all fighting. Like politics has become sports, and
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're fighting. Everybody's fighting in the big leagues right now. Okay, but then you get down to the minor leagues and you start seeing that. Okay, so actually, there are a lot of competent politicians. There are
Tons.
people who actually know what they're doing. There's people who actually give a shit about their communities, who get involved in this stuff. But then there's a couple weirdos, who get pulled up because of crowd draw. And it's just like, well, that's all of you. It's like, no, 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 you don't understand. All right, there's a very distinct and very specific American reason why that's better, and that's because we set people up just to watch them crush down later on. And I mean, it's a cycle. It happens over and over again. We do it with celebrities, we do it with politicians, we do it to just about everybody else. Because we'll take somebody who comes from nobody, some kind of weird background, and we'll put them up just because they're fucking weird, so we can all hit them with baseball bats later on when they fuck up, and that's a distinctly American thing. So there is no ruling class in America, and most people who look at it as like a European system where the same fucking 10 guys from the same 5 schools in, like in
And the same
England,
age families.
the same 8 families keep getting into parliament in England. All right, that doesn't work here. So because like the actual machinery of the country is designed differently, to actually like beat those people down. And that's what we're talking about here, man. You're watching these weirdos in New York getting elevated, and who knows? They can get up, they can get pretty far, they can do quite a bit of damage, And I mean, but ultimately, it's just got to be fixed, at some point in time, and that's left to that 85% of normie Americans who eventually will show up and say, "Fucking knock this shit off, man." They did it in 2016. We watched it happen. They did it again in 2024. you know? So in 2020 was kind of like, okay, that guy's a little bit off, so he needs a timeout. You know? But he didn't lose by that much. I mean,
No, it was not. This was not a fucking like disco at Shea Stadium moment.
No,
It
not even
was not. They
close.
didn't turn on him. I mean, this is
Not even close.
the the funny thing about this here too is it's not like this is a new thing. There's like I would ask you, Patrick, who's the last Tea Party member that you voted for?
Tea Party? Oh shit, that's long gone, dude.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's long.
That was the next big thing, and it was huge.
It was huge, but it only lasted like 2 years. And then Obama, what did they do? They put up Romney, who was like, ah. He wasn't exactly a Tea Party guy, man.
God.
So,
he wasn't even. He wasn't a Tea Party
he was
guy.
a hedge fund dude.
He was a hedge fund that he was just kind of like, well, what's the best thing that you did in business? Like, well, I raided KB toy stores.
That's true. That did happen.
I mean, to be fair, it's like I think they would have been done in like 7 years instead of the 3. But
I don't even think in that election cycle we didn't even have a weird guy running against him.
we didn't. We at least
Maybe
not that I
Rand
can-
Paul was doing it. I don't know.
But he was going to be there regardless.
Yeah, but see, he's going to be there regardless, And I mean, his son's still running. Or no, that is Rand Paul. I'm thinking of his dad.
Ron. I
Ron
don't
Paul.
think.
There we
I
go.
don't think there was a year that Huckabee showed up or anything like that. I think it was.
He tried to run against Trump in 2016 and then ducked out.
Yeah. So
Him and Chris Christie, and Chris Christie got his pee-pee slapped by Trump later. So
that he did.
That he did.
That he did.
So, and fucking Mike Huckabee is the current ambassador to Israel. So he kind of knew how those two things.
I mean, that's
if you play ball with me, I'll give you nice things.
What's all plata?
Yeah,
Take the silver or take the lead.
Or plata.
Yeah.
This is like give me with the pluma.
No, it's funny because the when it came down to it, the person who was going to beat Obama, which wasn't going to happen, but ultimately what they decided on is, all right, so we're not going to go wacky, we're going to go vanilla, but why not French vanilla? And so there's Mitt Romney,
Right, yeah.
where
This is supposed to home style, whole bean.
They're like, so what's his deal? He's like, he's a Mormon from Massachusetts
Massachusetts.
who had statewide health care.
Oh, sexy. Yeah.
They called it Romney care.
Right. Obama lifted his idea. Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. That's the French of the vanilla they put up here. And like,
Yeah,
oh
you're
my
right.
God, how did you lose?
Yeah. But, like the big thing was 2016. So when Hillary jacked fucking Bernie Sanders out of that one,
That's what you get.
this is what you get. So,
This right now.
this right now
Oh,
is what you
okay.
get.
Yeah.
It's like actions do have consequences. That dude getting fucking jacked because he had no love for Hillary Clinton and then bowing to Joe. So his stock did go down quite a bit when he was like, okay, it's Joe's turn, and backed him in 2020
Well,
after he was giving him a run for his money.
after he was giving him
So
a run for his money. And on top of that, so my understanding is right now, the man doing the most pacing in his living room
it's probably
is Bernie Sanders because he was like, wait, okay, so I've got a real problem here.
right,
Is they're the Democratic Socialists.
right. But I'm Jewish. Oops.
Right.
Yeah.
So that dude is walking in circles right now, fucking drawing a dirt path in the carpet, totally unsure about where to go. And he's right to do so.
Yeah. I've heard people thinking about like pushing him to do it too, but I mean, you lose the young argument then. So I don't know. You're going to lose that anyway, regardless of who you get on the Republican side. So
Well, to be
um,
fair, on the calcium markers, the what do they call them? The ones where it's the speculation market.
yeah,
As of right now, it's Marco Rubio.
over JD Vance,
Over JD Vance.
it's too far to tell.
Well, it's too far to tell. And here's the thing: is he's over by like a point.
Yeah,
So these two guys are right here in the same spot, and I think there's a lot of people that like them both for the same reason.
I don't think it's going to matter, because really when it comes down to it, I mean, this is the final season of the fucking, The Apprentice.
Yeah.
So it is literally curtain call. All right. And that dude, Donald Trump, is going to hang on to his endorsement until the last possible fucking minute. So, which means that we're not going to have a select, unless one of those two guys really fucks up. All right. If they do find children chained in the basement of one, okay. So,
I do believe at that moment, I think
because then he'll be out of options. But as long as he has options,
I think he's not out of option. I think this is one of the few moments where it's like, oh my God,
yeah.
I think he actually had him killed.
Yeah, exactly. He pushed him on the subway himself. Yeah. So he'll hang on to it. We won't have a Republican nominee until fucking, when was the election? 2028, November 2028? It'll be July 2028.
Pat, this is going to a one-game playoff.
It's definitely going to playoff. Yeah.
There you go.
So just lock that in. Just put it on your calendar.
Yeah.
So one day playoff. Anything between now and then is irrelevant. Okay, because it will come down to that one game. So,
There you go. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Pat.
I'm Jeffrey.
Hitting the button.
Yeah.